This is a game that Tara taught us on those online sessions that we did. That she was giving us those bonus time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you an object, and I think you know what the object might be. Unfortunately, I already clued you in on this. The only question is, what color will the object be? All right. I don't know
All right.
if you've thought about this at all.
I haven't.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. What's your least favorite color?
Puce.
Puce. Okay. Is that a shade of brown?
It's like a brownish green, kind of like when you're sick. That's what it looks like.
Puce.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to give you a blue or a puce one.
Wow. All right.
I'll be nice. All right, here you go. It's in the box of infinite impossibilities. Here we go. Pull it out. This is for you. I found this just the other day. Here you go. Please take it.
Thank you.
A blue tricycle.
A blue tricycle.
A blue tricycle.
Where did you find this?
I have a box right here. It gives me the thing that is most appropriate for my guest. So the
like
box.
Mary Poppins bag. Sort of.
That was one of my nicknames in college, which I really didn't appreciate. But yeah.
One of your nicknames was Mary Poppins?
Yeah, I had a lot of strange nicknames throughout the years.
Okay. All right. You gonna pull a lamp out next?
Maybe, but you've got that blue tricycle right there, and then tell me about it.
And it's great. It's great. It's very cute. I would probably use it as a decoration because I don't really ride a tricycle anymore, and my children are grown. But someday I'll have grandchildren.
Okay, you wouldn't ride it? Why not?
No.
Why don't you ride tricycles anymore?
I like bikes. They're faster.
They're faster. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd hang it on the wall. So sort of like one of those decorations at one of those, like a TGI Fridays restaurant or something like that.
Well, you could do that. I would probably have it on the floor. I'd probably paint it a different color and put a plant on it or something.
Painted a different color. Blue's your favorite color, I thought.
Blue is my favorite color, but I don't really need a blue bike. My bike when I was a kid was purple.
Was purple?
Yes.
So, wow, you wouldn't keep it blue. The box was wrong, is what you're saying. The box should have given you a whatever color you painted it. Puce, maybe.
No, that's not how it works. Sometimes you are given things that might not obviously look like the perfect thing, but then you have to expand your horizons a little bit and realize why.
Why?
But maybe it had nothing to do with the color. Maybe it had to do with the shape or the fact that it had 3 wheels.
Ooh, I didn't check the brand badge on it. What brand tricycle is it?
Oh, it's a classic Schwinn.
The Schwinn. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that is a classic.
It is. It's lovely.
Growing up, that was the bike that I always had. Always had a Schwinn.
Did you have a tricycle when you were young?
I did.
Really?
I used to love crashing it into stuff. It happens to be funny but true. I would build like things out of blocks and then drive through the blocks and over the curb and the patio and that kind of thing. So
it was like early monster truck stuff.
I guess what did I know? In the 60s they didn't have monster trucks.
Right? No, they did not. See, you were ahead of your time.
Well, that's it. The way innovation goes. It's the story of my life.
That's true. That's true. Well, write it down. Notice what you notice.
But yes. Mine was red, and I've maintained red theme on all the vehicles I've had because red is the fastest. Fastest tricycles, fastest bicycles, fastest cars. That's always true. It's always red. You could have the same horsepower engine, same transmission, same everything. Paint it red. It's at least 5 to 10% faster.
I agree. And cops pull over red cars more than any other car.
And that's why, because they're just going faster. People, you can't help it. You can't help it.
How weird would it be if Magnum PI had a yellow Ferrari? Right?
Yeah. It would have been rather crazy. And then people might have tried to get in, thought he was a taxi. That would have been really confusing. All of a sudden you got
That's
a
like a
job.
fast taxi. That's awesome.
People are popping in. Get me to the airport. I only got 10 minutes. Flies off.
Yellow did have that stigma back in the 70s and the 80s, didn't it?
Yeah. Well,
The
fortunately,
red was fast and yellow was for rent.
exactly. Fortunately, Uber and Lyft drivers don't have to paint their cars. So
Yeah.
maybe they should, though. It seems like a reasonable idea, doesn't it? Part of the deal is you have to sign up and you have to paint your car. You know, I actually tried to, speaking of Uber, I actually tried to be an Uber driver, not because I wanted to do it full time, just because I wanted to do it for an experience. But they wouldn't let me do it.
Why not?
They have a screwy process for signing up, and for whatever reason, their website is like broken, is probably the best way to put it. And if you make a mistake, I made a mistake and I sent some piece of documentation that didn't match up with their process, and they would never, there's no way for me to correct it online. So it wasn't worth me trying to call 12,000 people.
I have never met anyone before that was an Uber reject. Congratulations.
That's me. I'm an Uber reject.
Oh my gosh, you have so many wonderful things on your resume.
I know. I really should make a list of all the strange things that have happened in my life.
You should.
Uber reject. I should try Lyft and see if I can get similar results. Wow.
Because I don't, based on the Uber drivers that we've had, I don't think they're very scrutinous.
Yeah, I don't know. I've used Uber. They let me take a ride, but they won't let me give somebody a ride. I don't get it.
Wow.
I have weird karma. That's got to be it. I mean, it's just things happen to me that don't happen to other people.
Do you have line karma?
What's that?
When you go to the grocery store or the bank, do you get in the quickest line or the longest line?
Oh.
Do you get in the line of the teller that all of a sudden has some total malfunction and the woman doesn't have enough money and then you have to wait or get another? Which one do you have?
No, I'm the bad luck person all the time.
Oh, all the time?
Almost. I mean, it was literally, I was in an airport at a Starbucks, and or was it a Starbucks? Whatever. They had like 3 lines, and I got in a line, and then the person, it was pretty deep lines actually, and it was like 3rd in line, and the person up at the front of the line, they ended up like ordering 7,000 things. It's like you're ordering for a family of 12 at an airport. It didn't make any sense to me. And I'm just sort of muttering to myself, and the woman in the line next to me who's marching forward is like, "Oh, you must have bad karma," to me. And I'm like, "What did I do to deserve this? I don't know. I don't know what I did." And it's like, I wanted her to try and do it, on the spot dissection of my entire life, so I could figure out, is there something I could do to fix this?
There is.
Did
you ever watch the Flintstones?
You're going to get wisdom out of the Flintstones. All right, I'll bite. Sure.
Were you Schleprock?
No, Schleprock.
Schleprock was the guy that every single time something would happen, it would happen to him. Like if he would go walking by, a big boulder would fall on Fred, or he would, his car would break down. He kind of always had a dark cloud over him. Schleprock.
Well, but what did he do to earn that?
He didn't earn it at all. He just believed that it was going to happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, wow. We're getting in more counseling session here.
Oh no, I'm not counseling. I'm talking about the Flintstones. That's comedy.
Well, no, it is, but I mean, I don't think that things are like that are going to happen to me. They just do. I mean, I'm actually a super optimist.
Yes, you are.
To the point of ridiculousness in some regards. But just give you an example. Yesterday, I was waiting in line at Wegmans for a prescription, and there was a person that was at the counter, and there's a person behind me waiting, and another woman comes up behind her and says, "Are you waiting for a prescription?" to the woman behind me, and I'm just minding my own business, and the woman says, "Yes, I am." And so the woman says, "Oh, okay, then it's all right if I come up to the counter and pay for this." And I'm like, what? You can just jump in front of us because this person's waiting for a prescription? Isn't that what people do when they're standing in front of the window at the prescription? And she walked in front of me and I'm like, no. And she's like, what? I'm just going to pay for this. You're waiting for a prescription. I'm just like, my brain broke. I'm like, how does this make any sense? What you're doing? And I just walked away. I just walked out of line because I was like, she clearly didn't understand what she was doing, and I didn't have the patience at the time to try and have a calm conversation about her being extremely rude. But
well, you mentioned karma earlier. Do you think that what goes around comes around? She was extremely rude. Do you think that'll come back to bite her? No. So you don't believe in karma. You just believe that bad things happen to you. Because I believe she was a jerk, and I believe I let her go. So I was like peaceful in my own heart. So I know that somewhere along, some dog's going to piss on her shoe, or I feel so much better about that. I don't know what it's going to be, but I trust that karma will take care of it.
You're a very sweet person.
Oh, thank you.
You are.
I just wish somebody to have a dog piss on their shoe. How does that make me a sweet person?
No, because you're saying that bad things only happen to me, and that for her there's karma. That in reality that it all works out. That you're saying that there's some reality to that.
It does all work out.
Doesn't.
Well, then you can't be considered an optimist.
I am. That's the stupid thing. It's a contradiction. This is turning into a counseling session.
You want to go back to the bicycle? Or you want to talk about something else?
So, well, all right. I want to hand you something else, but it's, I don't know. Here, I'll volley to you. You can start something. I could try and start something, but what do you want to do?
Well, I could tell you about my trip to the circus.
Really?
Or I could invite you to the circus and we can talk about some of the things that we want to see.
Ooh, I like this. I do. It's like three-dimensional.
It is.
Oh, circus. Will it
we
be
don't have a circus. That's just when I need random stuff. I think of the circus.
No. See, yes. Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
I have to say yes.
I will work on yes as well.
I will be afraid of the clowns, but please.
Well, I don't blame you.
Circus.
Clowns are scary. I'm not sure why anyone ever thought they were funny. Why couldn't they just have guys come out and crack jokes?
That would work for me. That would work for me. That makeup. Where did it even come from?
I know. It's crazy. And the outfits. Why is that funny? It's so contrary to your eye. You know, you see all these different shapes and patterns and colors coming at you. It is total overload. I don't care who you are. Mm-hmm. Especially a little kid that's trying to figure stuff out. Yeah, clowns are. I always go to the circus for the animals.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Although I don't like circuses because they don't treat animals very well, or they didn't used to. But I certainly do like the horses and the people doing flips on the horses. And I like the way that the dogs jump around, and not the lions and the elephants because they shouldn't live in captivity. But horses and dogs are domestic animals. So teach them to do tricks. And Cirque du Soleil, have you ever seen that?
Yes, I've seen a couple of their shows in Vegas.
It's amazing.
And apparently they have a circus tent set up in like Oaks right now for a show they're doing.
Is it Cirque du Soleil?
I think so. That's what my wife claimed anyway.
Don't you think it's funny that that's located right next to the dump?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh.
Dump went out of business. It's now a FedEx distribution point.
Oh, I always thought that was so funny. I'm like, there's got to be some kind of irony in the circus being set up next to the dump.
Yeah, well, they've done it before. Before the dump went out of business. Yeah, the circus had been there. So
so that proves Cirque du Soleil just proves that you can do a circus without animals or clowns, and it's still highly entertaining.
That's true.
Which I think is good.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you participate in the circus?
No, but that would have been so much fun. You know, I wanted to go to Acrobat camp and learn how to do the trapeze when I was young.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I was a diver. So we
Oh,
used to do work on our dives on trampolines with a harness.
hmm.
So I was like, I think I could do aerial stuff, you
Yeah.
know? But my mom didn't really like that idea. She liked the idea of water below me when I was doing things and not a cement floor with a net. Yes. So,
Well, as it turns out, I know someone who teaches trapeze.
do you really?
I really do.
That's amazing.
He's an instructor up in New York. He was a son of one of my close friends.
Does he teach at circus camp?
Um, he was at circus camp. I don't think it's circus camp though. I think it's like an indoor kind of gymnasium place in Brooklyn. And
Is
I'm
it
not,
trapeze or is it now they do those things like, Pink is on those, like, they're
oh,
like ribbon chunks
rope,
of fabric. I forget what
right.
they're called, but I think that's called trapeze too. It's like they do like yoga and they hang upside down, their leg wrapped around. And is it that?
I thought it was more traditional, but I haven't talked to him in a little while. But I could find out. He's also going to be an architect, so it's an interesting combo. Um, circus performer archaeologist.
Trapeze artist / archaeologist. You can't even fit that on your business card.
Yeah, this world is all about specialties and gig economy. So you got to figure out how to put those two together. It's trapeze archaeology. It's like I'm not sure how you do it, but
Well, I changed my LinkedIn listing to actor, writer, communications coach. So I'm sure that's pretty diverse to some people too.
wow,
Yeah.
actor, writer, communications coach. What's so communications coach? Do you actually corporate gigs or?
I used to. I retired last January, but I used to teach doctors and nursing students how to talk to patients.
Oh, okay.
So they would pretend that I was the patient and they would interview me, and I had some information that they had to figure out based on my ailments and medications that I was on, what was going on. And then I would coach them on their communication style, how they talk to me, how they use their eyes, their body language, that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was cool. It was very cool. It was weird doing it over Zoom during COVID. That got very strange because I think it's very different to connect with someone over a computer than it is in person. It's a different skill. So we were teaching kind of a different skill set, but
Right.
it was cool. I did it for about 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time to be pretending to be ill.
I know. And that's actually why I quit. You're so insightful. I said, I'm tired of being sick. They asked, because it's such a fun job and I could kind of schedule it on my own. And people are like, why are you leaving this job? I said, I'm tired of playing someone that's sick.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mind is a powerful thing. So
Yeah.
So then I took improv and decided to play someone who was happy.
Yes. You decided to play so it was happy. That's
Yes, we all had to do that, right?
I guess. I know Allie and I like to argue, so that was one of our things. It was
You
fun.
and Allie had good energy.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
I like her a lot. I've been trying to get her to do one of these with me, and she's been difficult to wrangle.
Mm.
She's got a lot going on.
Yeah,
So.
she's got a wedding coming up.
Well, yeah, that's a year off, but she's trying to do the job thing too. So
I hope she's a writer. She's a wonderful writer. I hope that she continues with that.
You read something that she's written? I hadn't seen anything.
No, I could just tell by the way she thinks.
Oh, okay.
The stuff that she comes up with. She's so creative and she's so smart that I think she'd be a wonderful writer.
Yeah, I agree.
Now that they're not on strike anymore.
Oh, I didn't hear that was over.
The writers' strike is over. The actor strike continues.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not paying attention.
Mm.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your strike is continuing. Yeah,
I
back
think I
to
brought us out of our improv again, John.
I know. You, what can I do to keep you in the improv? Let's see. Um, something. Well, we're trying to go back to. See, you wanted to just talk about the circus. I wanted you to be in the circus, or force me to be in the circus. Tell me why I needed to join,
Oh, I can
or
recruit you to be in the circus?
be a circus salesperson. You're trying to sell me the circus, or what are all the benefits of circus ownership? I mean, it's better. Got to be better than a timeshare.
Well, you
Right?
don't start out as an owner.
You
First of
don't.
all, you have to start at the bottom, unfortunately.
Start at
But
the
there are
bottom.
wonderful benefits. There are health benefits, and there is life
Health
insurance because you're working with elephants.
Life insurance.
So you definitely have
Okay.
life insurance. And while the salary isn't too good in the beginning, it gets better and better. So after about a year of shoveling animal shit, you get to actually try stuff like being on the trapeze.
Wow.
I think you'd be great at it.
The trapeze or circus ownership?
Just working for the circus.
Or shoveling shit. I might be
Yeah,
good at
you have circus energy. I can see it all over you.
circus energy.
How am I
Yes,
doing?
it's all on my forehead. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. But I can't just buy the circus. What if I had $1 million? Couldn't I just walk up and find the guy with the
Well, no, there's a little more
top
to
hat?
it than that. It's much bigger than $1 million endeavor. We have several
Oh,
circuses
really?
around the country.
Oh, I couldn't
Yes,
just.
and a total of 11,000 employees. I know that's surprising,
Wow.
but we have
That
all
is
our marketing people, and we have all of our administrative people, which are the people you never see behind the scenes. And then the
Mhm.
people that set up the tents, take down the tents. It's a lot. It really is. And we don't use trains anymore. We use 18-wheelers. So
Wow.
we have drivers, just like Taylor Swift.
Okay. Do you have a trailer just for Taylor Swift, or is that a whole other enterprise?
Well, no, while Taylor Swift's show is somewhat of a circus, although I think wonderful, we do not have anything to do with Taylor Swift. So
You do not have
I just
anything.
noted that she tipped her drivers $100,000 after her last tour. Each driver. Each of the drivers for her 18-wheeler, she gave them a $100,000 tip.
That is, I would say that's a good person.
She's awesome.
I would say that is a good person. Take
Yeah.
care of those who are taking care of you.
Exactly.
Who
We
needs
don't
all
tip
that?
our drivers that much, but we do take good care of them.
Oh,
So while I appreciate that you have $1 million, you could certainly buy a lot of tickets for children for that money, but unfortunately, that's way out of your price range. But I do think that you would enjoy working with us.
all right. Where are your headquarters?
Oh, we're headquarters in Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria, Illinois.
It's very centrally located, so the 18-wheelers don't have to travel far. We do some shows in Canada and Mexico, but not too many.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your policy on your carbon neutral stance?
We don't have one at present.
Don't have one at present?
No, we are big fans of the oil pipeline.
Oil pipeline?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We are middle America across the board.
No coal-powered 18-wheelers?
No, but I hear they're going to have EV pretty soon, except that those EV vehicles, they use more cobalt, which is mined from the earth by, poor African slaves, than anything. So it's not necessarily better for the environment to use an electric vehicle. So right now we're going to stick with good old-fashioned gasoline, and when the time comes, we will do our best. However, we have switched to paper cups and paper straws, so we're no longer using plastic, except for our clean.
Paper straws. They're an abomination. That's the one thing.
They don't last very long, so usually you have to come
No.
buy another drink.
Oh, so it's a scam.
Not a scam.
You're
It's
looking
just profitable.
Profit. Well, all right. Scam, profit. I'm a communist, so I think they're all the same.
Well, there are positions for communists as well in the circus. I think you could probably choose some of the things and make them appropriate for you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Well, eventually we're going to have a lion tamer. And I hear that Putin actually fought bears. So I think those two things would be related.
Putin fought bears.
We don't have any bears, but you could certainly do something with lions if you have that spirit.
Could I bring
Putin has?
Could I bring my own bear?
That would be great. You just have to control him because we've lost several patrons already last year. And so we don't want to have any more.
Oh, Really? That's a problem? I thought that was part of the excitement.
Well, bears are much more surprisingly violent than you might think. They are wonderful animals, and because of the whole teddy bear thing, people think that they're cuddly.
Exactly.
They're not. Either
Hmm.
are koala bears, for that matter. They smell dreadful.
Ooh. Yeah, I know. They're drug addicts, as I understand it.
Well, all they eat is eucalyptus.
Yeah, they're drug addicts, and they also are very promiscuous too.
I think most mammals are designed to be, so we're not going to get into that. If you're going to work in a circus, you're going to have to be used to animals and all the things that they do.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Promiscuous circus edibles.
Yes.
All right. I'll avert my eyes. I guess that's the best, right?
Well, you
have
just
to-
walk by and act like nothing's happened, the same as if they were using the toilet. Which the only ones we trained to do are the monkeys. The rest of the animals have not figured out that it would be easier if they would use plumbing.
Exactly.
Yes, but
Exactly. It's a shame.
unfortunately, our conversation just went a little bit downhill.
And well, right back to the shoveling of shit. So, logical starting point.
Well, that seems like what you're migrating towards. Is that something you would be interested in doing?
I am scatologically inclined. Although I try not to use that term very often because it confuses people.
Well, it's a good term when you're hiking,
Scat.
studying scat, so you know what
Mhm.
animals are on the trail with you.
Exactly. And scatologically inclined.
Did you make that word up?
No. No, I didn't. Sorry. Inclined. Well,
But I digress.
be at an
We're
angle.
talking about shit. We've digressed from talking about shoveling shit at the circus.
The circus. Oh, well, I don't know what Tara would have to say about all of this. Are we committed to our characters? I'm not even sure what my character is. What is our relationship? Oh, you're trying to sell me a circus? No.
No, I'm trying to sell you a job at the circus.
A
I'm
job.
still hoping that you'll take the job. We need as many strong-willed, strong-bodied employees as we can find.
Okay. I mean, I'm able to wield a shovel with the best of them, but this seems like a kind of a haphazard interview. I'm not, don't you want to ask me questions about my qualifications or experience or,
You don't really need a whole lot of qualifications to shovel shit. However, there is room for advancement. So if you'd like to tell me some of your promising traits, I'll see if there's places where you can eventually go within our organization.
My promising traits.
Yes.
Let's see. I have a overwhelming sense of optimism and a love of pleasing people. I'm very amiable when it comes right down to it.
Well, that's wonderful for the circus.
But at the same time, I'm really itching to get into a fight. So I can't, these things just kind of don't reconcile. But I mean, maybe if you had something where I could get some of this aggressive tendencies out. But
have you ever wrestled a lion?
No, a puma. I did a puma once.
Wrestled
a puma.
Was that helpful in excising the aggressive behavior that you were finding?
Well, not really. But the good thing that came of that is that I have had a vestigial tail, and it actually bit it off.
Oh.
So it made going to the pool a lot more comfortable.
Oh, how convenient for you.
Yeah. Now I just have a little scar back there. So it was,
and a great story.
And a great story. Yeah. Poolside wrestling of a puma.
Well, that explains your animal magnetism.
Well, that's what Sally says, but all right.
Well, you seem ready and bodily able, and I think you'd be very good for the job. We do travel a lot, though. We don't mind.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Road Trip, that's for sure.
Oh, well, that's great. That's exactly what circus people do. And we have a chef on staff.
Ooh.
Yes, because we found that eating at Chick-fil-A and Hardee's is not very good for the body type that we're looking for. So,
okay.
Yes, we have great gourmet meals in our circus.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's cafeteria style.
Well, when we have the cook do the work, yes, it's definitely cafeteria style. I mean, we have several different circuses, so you think 11,000 employees, not all of them are traveling. There's a lot that are stationed in Peoria, Illinois, that
Right.
do a lot of the administrative ticket selling, that sort of thing. It's all done on computers now. Quite
Right.
fascinating, really.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, if you think that would be something that would interest you, but you seem like someone that would much rather be outdoors.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So okay. So can you make me an offer now, or would you want to get back to me on this?
Are you interested? I was
Yeah,
so glad you answered our ad.
definitely interested.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know
great.
why you're advertising Soldier of Fortune, but okay. Find people
Well,
where you find them.
we need all types, and security is an important part of it. And a lot of social fortune land up in security jobs. So,
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that explains it, I guess.
yeah. Does it still interest you?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Oh, great.
absolutely.
Well, I will talk to my superiors, and we will come back with a good number. Do you have a range that you were thinking?
Anywhere between $30,000 a year and 2.5 million.
That's a great range. That's what most people post on Indeed. Did you ever notice that? They
Yeah,
have to post a job range now, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
exactly. They
We'll
have to
probably
do it.
come somewhere closer to the lower number, but not that low.
Well, whatever, the gourmet cooking, the cafeteria, your chefs really have me sold. So you can
And the
lowball me.
life insurance.
That's true. Life
Yes.
insurance, you
Yes.
definitely can lowball me.
Full scale life insurance for working
Mhm.
at the circus.
Yes, full burial benefits, right? Unless eaten completely by a lion, in which case it's pretty cheap.
Yes.
So
Well, we were thinking about getting some Wolverines, so that might be a good addition. See,
Wolverines.
that's what everyone does. Your facial reaction, everybody does the same thing. We say Wolverines, they go, oh,
Ooh, or
yeah.
honey badgers, maybe.
Oh, that would be great.
I heard they're pretty snarly too.
Very entertaining.
Nothing but fun. Honey badgers and monkeys on stage together.
Yes. With soldiers of fortune, keeping them in line. It's this dream I have.
It is.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
It would be a whole different kind of circus.